Today I'm checking out something really awesome. Have a look at this. This is the Enya Nova Go Sonic electric guitar. How cool does this thing look? This was recently sent to me by Enya Music, so I want to say a massive shout out to those guys for sending it me to check out. But yeah, take a look at this thing. So basically we have obviously an electric guitar, but not just any electric guitar. One of the main things about this guitar, you might have already noticed it, it has a built-in speaker on the bottom of it there, which basically means that this is the guitar and the amp at the same time. It has a power button down here which allows us to turn the guitar on and access the 4 different preset tones in the guitar. And you can just toggle through them by tapping the power button once it is on. And there's even an app that you can get on your phone that you can connect the guitar to via Bluetooth. That's right, you can connect the guitar to your phone via Bluetooth and you can edit all of those tones in the app and then hear them through the guitar. I don't know about you, but I haven't really heard of many guitars that have Bluetooth built into them. But we'll check out the app soon and edit in some tones and things like that. But first, let me run you through some of the other features that this guitar has. As I mentioned, the speaker at the bottom of the guitar is so that you can hear the preset guitar tones built into the Enya Nova Go Sonic guitar itself. But because you can connect it to your phone or your laptop or your computer via Bluetooth, it basically means that this is just a Bluetooth speaker in general. So what you can actually do, and I'll demonstrate this as well, is I can Bluetooth a backing track to the guitar, say from my laptop on my phone, so I can hear the backing track through the guitar and I can jam over it with the preset guitar tones there. So not only do I not need an amp to hear the guitar, but I don't even need a speaker system or anything like that to hear the backing track. It can all be done through the guitar. Now, if we look at the bottom of the guitar, we have 3 connections. The first one here is a USB-C port, so you can connect the guitar via USB-C straight to your phone or your laptop. So you can use the guitar itself as an audio interface. So it's not only a Bluetooth speaker, obviously it's a guitar, it's also an audio interface. So if you want to do any line-in recording or anything like that, you don't need to plug your guitar into an audio interface into your laptop, which you can definitely do as well. You can just go straight from the guitar into your laptop or into whatever you're running it into via USB. And the song that you heard right at the beginning of this video was just the guitar plugged straight into my laptop via the USB-C, using it as the interface. And next to the USB-C port there, we just have a regular jack input, so you can use this guitar as a normal guitar, plug it straight into an amp or an effects pedal, anything like that. And next to the jack input is just a regular headphone input, so you can just use your headphones or your in-ear monitors to listen to the guitar itself. So that obviously it's not coming out of the speakers if you want to hear the tones, but you don't want to make any loud noise if you're practicing really late at night. Headphones. So apart from all the features, let's talk about the actual guitar itself. This guitar isn't made out of wood. This guitar is actually made out of carbon fiber, which means that it's actually quite light. It doesn't really weigh a lot, but it does feel very strong at the same time. And you know what? This is my first experience playing a guitar that isn't wood, that I believe. And one of the main things I've noticed in obviously having a little bit of a play around with it is that it's quite smooth and quite almost slippery, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It actually just means my hand glides up and down the fretboard quite easily. But it's just an adjustment, it's just something to sort of mention. And another really cool feature about this guitar, something I wasn't even aware of at first, is that we have 2 humbucking pickups there, but it also acts as a coil split. I can pull up this volume control here and split it from a humbucking pickup to a single coil pickup sound. So as you can see straight away, this thing seems pretty awesome, but how does it sound? That's the main thing. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at that in a few different ways. So obviously the main thing about this guitar, the main focus is going to be the onboard speaker. So that's something that I want to try and capture. I do want to say though, I'm going to plug a microphone right in front of the speaker there so you can hear how it actually sounds from the guitar itself. But just trust me when I say it will sound a lot better in person. I was genuinely very surprised when I first turned on the guitar and listened to the speaker. It's a 10-watt speaker as well, so it's quite powerful. And I think it sounds really good, so hopefully that will come across in the video. But if it doesn't quite come across, just trust me, it sounds better in person. So once we've listened to the guitar itself, I'm then going to play a backing track through the speaker and jam over it. And then from there, I think I'll plug my guitar into my laptop, use it as an audio interface, as well as I'll hook it up to the Enya Music app and we can tweak some of the tones and show you the app and everything like that. Anyway, let's get right into it. But before we do, guys, don't forget to leave this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Okay, so I've got a microphone here. We've got the guitar. As you can see, nothing is plugged into the guitar, but if I press and hold the on button there, you can now see we get a green light there, which means it's on, and we're on the first tone as well, which is, I believe, a clean tone. So I'm going to turn the volume fully up here, but also this is a volume control too. I can turn this. Let's get that fully up, and here's what it sounds like. nice and loud. Hopefully that's not too loud through this microphone here, but I've got another microphone as well, just in case this one's too distorted. There's another microphone right behind it. So in editing, I will see which one sounds better and show that. Sounds pretty good. That's the clean tone. Now if I click the button here, hopefully you can see this. Try and get it in the light. Oh, there we go. Got a green light. Press it, and now we get probably a little bit more of an aggressive, not like a gain tone, but like a rocky sort of tone. Cool, so we click it again, we get the blue light now, which I believe is more of a high gain tone. Not high gain, but more gain. This is the one that I used at the beginning on the song. Cool, last but not least, a lead tone. So if I press that again, now we get a purple light. There we go. And we'll see what this sounds like. Nice little bit of delay there as well. I think that delay, if possible, could be louder. So we'll see if we can do that on the app when we plug it in. That's all the tones that are in the guitar to start with, but we can tweak them, we can edit them. And I believe as well, one thing I didn't mention earlier, in that when you look at the app, when you go on the clean setting, there is actually 4 different presets within the clean setting, and then there is 4 different presets within the gain setting and the lead setting and everything like that. So even though there's 4 in the guitar that you can flick through, in the app, you get even more options as well. So we'll look at that in a minute. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna connect it to my laptop, play a backing track on my laptop so that you can hear it through the speaker, and then I'll jam over it as well quickly, just so you can hear what that sounds like. So let's do that now. So to actually activate the Bluetooth to this guitar is actually super simple. All you gotta do is double click the power button there, and then on whatever device you wanna use, you should be able to see that this will pop up on your phone or your laptop as one of the Bluetooth options. Obviously just select that and it connects immediately. This is just a backing track I found online. Hopefully that's not too loud, but you know what, now I can jam over the top. Apologies for the playing, by the way. I've been ill for the last few days, so I'm getting over a cold, and I've not really played much guitar, so you bear with me. Here's a more of a bluesy one. There we go, another really cool backing track there, obviously just found on YouTube, but hopefully, I really hope that this is coming through the microphone itself because it sounds so good when I'm just sat here jamming and I'm playing and I'm flicking through the different tones. So yeah, how are you guys enjoying this so far? A guitar that actually plays music out of it with tones built in that you can use to then jam over that music too. We'll talk more later about all of that and you know, why that would actually be a useful thing, but what I want to do now is I want to plug this guitar into my laptop and I want to go on the app and I want to see if I can edit some of these tones and just see how it genuinely sounds to flick through some of the options available. So let's hook this up to my laptop now and check that out. Okay, so now as you can see, I've got the USB-C cable plugged into the guitar, which is plugged straight into my laptop. I'm using the guitar as an audio interface. It's going direct in and I'm recording all the audio there. So you're not actually going to hear the speaker this time. You might hear it a little bit through my microphone, but the main audio is coming from the laptop. But full disclosure, I filmed this section of the video yesterday and I don't know what happened to my footage, so I'm going to do it again. So it's a bit annoying because I wanted this part of the video to be my first experience using the app. Now it's not, but at least in hindsight, now I get a little bit more of my experience from yesterday to use in this video here. Anyway, let's have a look at it. So I've got the guitar. I'm on the distortion setting here. As you can see at the top, we have distortion, we have the overdrive, we have the clean and the high gain, and I can literally tap whichever one I want like that. So I'm going to just use the distortion one for this. I might flick onto another one in a minute. But anyway, let's have a look. As I mentioned earlier in the video, on the distortion setting, there is 4 different presets within the distortion. So we have a vocation, train, talking, and drem road. Don't know what those names mean or where they came from. And I'm pretty sure with that little pencil icon there, you can edit the names of these presets once you've created them. Anyway, we're obviously on the one called vocation because you can see it says in use there. So that's the one that we're going to tap. If I tap on edit, and now it brings us to all the editing that we can do here. So we have 100 distortion amp. We could also change it to a deluxe clean. We don't want a clean one potentially because this is a distortion tone. So I'm going to keep it on that amp. But obviously you can edit all these parameters, all these different things here, bass, middle and treble, along with a master, preamp and presence. I actually quite like this tone as it is, but let's just kind of see what it sounds like maybe with a little bit more treble. So it's dead easy to just kind of put up a little bit. I don't actually want too much treble. Let's turn the treble back down. Keep it on halfway. You know what, I'm going to keep the amp settings as they are, but let's just have a look at the bottom. We have amplifier, equalizer, modulation, which is not on at the moment, noise reduction, delay, which isn't on either, and reverb, which also isn't on. I was thinking this tone is a little bit dry. Now, this is something that took me a while to figure out yesterday. You can see that some of these things along the bottom, the amp is highlighted, the equalizer and the noise reduction, all of those things are on at the moment, but the other 3 things are not. You can see they're grayed out, they're kind of not as visible, which means that they're not in use. So how do we actually get them in use? I honestly could not figure this out for a little while. I had to look at the instruction manual, obviously. And all you do is, if I, on the chorus for argument's sake, if I just slide it down onto the line. So I just tapped it and I just brought it down there and it brought it onto the line of our signal chain. And if I want to get rid of it, I can just swipe it back up again. But yeah, I don't want chorus for the time being. We might listen to that in a second. But I do want to add a little bit of reverb, so I've tapped that, swiped it down, and let's... Now we can hear the reverb activated. Let's turn the decay up, but maybe the level down. Obviously, if I turn the level right up just so you can kind of hear what that sounds like. I said I was going to turn it right up. I turned it up not even half, and it's very reverby. This is going to sound crazy. That's a lot of reverb. I don't want that much. I don't even want the decay that high. There we go, that's what I like. Just a nice subtle little reverb like that. So the decay is just over halfway and the level is very low. Let's have a listen to that modulation, that chorus, as I said. So I'm going to tap on that. I'm going to swipe it down. In fact, cool, let's turn up the depth. Very chorusy now, turn up the rate, let's hear that. I don't like chorus to be too intense, you know, so I would have it on very low. So, but it's cool to hear it. I find a nice chorus that's not too overpowering, just adds a bit more width to your tone, if you know what that means. It makes it just sound a little bit bigger. But I'm going to turn the chorus off, but it's cool to hear it. Let's go back anyway. You know what, I'm going to save those changes. Let's have a quick flick through some of these other ones. That's the vocation, that's the one I've just been doing. If I tap on train, talking, that's already got the kind of chorus effect on it. Cool. It's got the tremolo effect on that one, which always reminds me of. Always reminds me of that Green Day song. You might notice, by the way, that as I'm flicking through these different ones here, the volume is changing a little bit. That's something that you can edit with the app itself. You can change the volume and set them to your liking. Speaking of volume and things like that, oops, dropped my pick. If we see the side here where it says presets, underneath it we have a mixer. So this is just the general mixer for the guitar itself. So you can tweak all the volumes of your, obviously, guitar volume. OTG, I don't actually know what that is. It's probably something really obvious that I just can't think of at this moment in time. Bluetooth, speaker, monitor, and line out. But you can change all your volumes and set them how you like them there on the mixer. Settings, let's have a quick look at that. You can have a factory reset firmware update. It's pretty cool. You can update the software on the guitar. Yes, it's a guitar that you can update the software on. I still think it's pretty cool. It's a smart guitar, isn't it? You know, we live in the age of smart things, smartphones, smart TVs, now smart guitars. That's obviously the next logical step, isn't it? Now, auto's shut down. This is pretty cool. Yesterday, this wasn't highlighted for me, but you can actually tap on that and make it so that when you turn the guitar on, it automatically shuts down after 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes. I'm going to leave that on because knowing me, I will leave it on. I will forget. It will drain my battery. So yeah, after 15 minutes of not using, it's going to automatically shut down. Let's go back to the presets. Let's see if we can get a nice clean though. I know I said I was only going to look at distortion, but you know, why not? So, which one? I quite like that one. Let's go on waves. Let's edit waves. Let's turn the volume. Too much. So I'm going to turn the treble down. I want to turn the bass up. Because this is only a small speaker, I don't want it 100%. It's only a small speaker. It's a 10-watt speaker, but it's only small. And sometimes small speakers, they can sound a little bit tinny, a little bit trebly. Wow, that sounds very bassy, actually. Having said that, too much so it's getting a little bit... That sounds nice to me. Let's go to the reverb, though, now. And add a bit more reverb to that overall tone. Let's turn the modulation off for the time being. What's it sound like without it? Cool. Delay. Can we add delay at the same time? That sounds cool. I like it. I'm going to save that. So now I've got a nice clean tone as well called Wave. I imagine if I turn the guitar off now, the one that I last used will be the one that default loads on the guitar, because you can only flick through the 4 settings with the guitar itself, the clean, crunch, gain and lead tone. But obviously then you need to go on the app to then select the different one of those sounds that you want. So I imagine next time I load it up on the clean tone, it's going to be the waves one. And then if I change it on the app, the next time it will be whichever one I change it to, if that makes sense. So there you go, guys. There is the Enya Nova Go Sonic electric guitar. I'm super impressed, and I really hope that all the tones and all the playing and everything like that, all the sounds, is really coming across in this video through the microphones, mainly from the speaker itself. Enya reached out to me to demonstrate this guitar, obviously, and one of the main things that they wanted me to focus on was the speaker itself and how the speaker sounds, because it's novelty, it's unique. Yes, you can use this as a normal guitar, you can plug it in through amps and everything like that, but when you've got a speaker in the guitar, especially one that sounds like this, it was actually surprising how good it does sound. That's something that I definitely wanted to put in this video. That's something they wanted me to focus on, so I just really hope it comes across in the video properly. I guess one of the only questions to ask is, why get this guitar? Why is this guitar useful, or why would this guitar be useful for you? And I think mainly practicality is the word that comes to mind, because it just gives you the option then to be able to pick up a guitar and play and get great tones that you can literally change at the touch of either your phone or just tapping this button here on the front like that, and you can change between things. You know, you get basically everything you'd want when you want to just kind of pick up a guitar and jam quickly, or even on the go. This is potentially a great travel guitar also if you're literally going away and you want to take a guitar but you don't have the space to take your entire amp and your pedals and God knows what else. You can just literally take this guitar itself and you can hear it through the speaker. But anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm very impressed with this guitar, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. But anyway, once again, I want to say a massive thank you to Enya Music for sending me this guitar. It's been a lot of fun to have a look at and a demo and everything like that. So thanks so much, guys. And if you're interested in picking one of these up, then there will be an affiliate link in the description below. Go and check them out. Go and check out the website. And if your curiosity has been piqued by this video, then pick one up and see for yourself. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. If you like this video, don't forget to leave it a like. As I said, leave me a comment. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do. I make lots of guitar and music related videos, and hopefully I will see you next time.